Y'all already know who it is. The host of one of the most latest shows on social media, and damn sure one of the most realest. This is PaulTv, PaulTv AM. Check me out on my TikTok page, Paul Malls 1410. This is strictly for YouTube. You know, we're getting to a level in this society to where men got to start taking more stands. You know, because it's getting to a point now where you're starting to see a lot of females are attacking men because of their thought actions. Let me say this again. You have a lot of females out here attacking men because of their thought actions. Prime example, Jada Pickett and Will Smith. For years, Will has been nothing less than amazing to this woman, never disrespected this woman, and, worked hard to build a merge. People feel to realize he left his first merge for Jada. Work hard, one of the greatest actors of our generation, our era of Sidney Poitier. And then, the next thing you know, Jada tries to tear down Will because of her transgressions. To a point, she made him smack Chris Rock. And then the thing about it, she tries to justify shit because she slept with her son's friend at the time. But out of all of this, she tries to make herself the victim. But, because on PaulTv, I got to hit you with the but. But if Will would have did the same fucking thing, it would be a horse of a whole different color. If his career is feeling a little pinch because of a smack, then you know what his career would have been if he would have slept with one of Willow's friends. Quote unquote, that had a mental issue at the same time, Will would have been destroyed. Damn, I seen something disturbing yesterday to a point where I had to this morning. Because, when we all on social media, we look through things. The same thing about Joe Smith's wife. The whole time, she got her OnlyFans and don't even tell him about the shit. And then she sits up there and say, well, I got several. Who as a wife, if these are, who does shit like this? And this goes to show we as men, you can't always go off the fucking look of a person. You cannot do that. See, that be the problem. People are going off looks, but they not going off the character of how the person is. They not. And time again, men are getting berated. Men are getting attacked by thots. Yeah, I said it. They're getting attacked. And instead of people standing up saying, you know what? Like, that's fucked up. What if Joe Smith would have had some shit going on? And let's say this, Joe Smith is one of the very few athletes who you never heard of him doing nothing. You never heard of no woman coming forward saying he did shit. You never heard of him into drugs or anything like that, how you have heard of several NBA players. And how she berated him. And what is this shit about the taping of shit? Like how Jada tried to do Will. That time, and Will was like, this a moment. I got my own fan base. I really don't want to be attached to this. And yet again, because of a thought actions, see y'all? See what Will trying to do? That man just wanted some peace in his home. He like, look, I got my own fans. It's nothing wrong with you want to do your own thing. It wasn't enough that after the whole situation, she basically exploited the situation by taking him on Red Table Talk. And you see that shit got canceled. It wasn't enough that he did that. But then yet, she still wanted to grind the X, so to speak. She still had to stick the knife in a little deeper. And the same thing happened with Joe Smith, with his wife. She filmed, like, whatever happened, like my folks always used to say, everything ain't for everybody. You feel what I'm saying? That would be like a situation with my significant other. You know what I'm saying? And I can be honest, my significant other would never do no shit like that. She not even a social media person. And when I see the Jadas and I see the Joe Smith wives, it just make me thankful for I got a woman that look beautiful on the outside and then she has an inner beauty too. My woman would never do no shit like that to me. And we just engage. And I know they say never. My woman would never even go over because she don't even like social media. She support me when I do she supports that. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't sit up here and like put out, nah, hell nah. Which I don't have nothing to fucking hide because I'm always open. Because I stand on real. You feel what I'm saying? But it's too much thot attacking men. Like they the victims, but y'all out here doing whore ass shit. And it's fucked up. And like I said, Joe Smith has been out of the league he don't even be in the media like that. And just because, I don't know if it's the attention seeking by these bitches, I don't know if they jealous because if they had anything genuine for their husbands, they would never do the type of shit that they do by trying to exploit them or try to make them look like they weak. But see, if Joe Smith or Will Smith would have smacked the shit out their wives, everybody be like they wrong. These is everybody would be like, that's wrong. Or if they was to even curse their ass out, damn, that's wrong. How they talking to their wives like that. But their wives can get out here and do the bullshit that they been doing. OnlyFans, that is fucked up. And then he don't even know about it. And then the disrespect. Oh, well, now you know. Who, bitch, like, Joe Smith should have kicked her ass out right the fuck there and there. A wife supposed to protect their husband. I ain't married yet, but my parents were married. And let me tell you, you protect your wife. Wives protect their husbands. They don't pull these type of fucking moves that these two fat ass bitches are pulling. You don't do shit like this. And that's why I go to show. Sometimes you can't go with these. And definitely you can't go with this. This shit will fuck you over every fucking time. And let me tell you, I'm being honest. I even went through a couple of situations where motherfuckers, but the bitch a thot and thought she could try to come at me. And I had to let her know, I'm not being uncomfortable or I'm not going to be emotionally broken up over a motherfucker I know that's sucking on old people balls. That's sucking old people dick. That's sucking grandfather, great uncle dicks. I'm sorry. I'm not going to let no fake ass IG, fake ass Pornhub bitch think that you're on the same fucking playing field as me. Cause I don't have to exploit nobody to have shit. No, I don't. Or I don't have to use nobody to have anything. I stand on my own 2 feet. And first, without God, Jehovah's help, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. That's what it is. You feel what I'm saying? And yes, I do got a good woman that looks out from time to time, but she ain't no slave. But I ain't got to worry about my woman doing no shit like that. And these are gainful men. These are men that had their financial shit in order. Will Smith is a 20. Let's just put this in this context. Will Smith makes $25 million a picture. Will Smith is so great of an actor, you can't erase Will Smith. Even if you wanted to, you fucking can't. This man has, think about it, overlooked production company. Matter of fact, Jada's getting paid too from all of us. Jada's getting paid from Bad Boys 4. Bad Boys for Life. She's getting paid from I'm Legend because you gotta think that's under their production company. It's just not Will Smith's production company. She's married to him. It's theirs together. They are both. She done made millions off Will. Millions. Let's name me the last movie I remember her being in was The Matrix. And look how long ago that was. And she really didn't even play no big significant roles in her movies. Men in Black, all this shit. She's receiving shit off of this. Jada Pickett is one of the very few women that got a man she don't have to worry about shit for real. She is getting paid. She could just sit and say, fuck it. What the fuck do she really do? And Will has never berated her, even after all the thot shit she's done. About, look, this is how she disrespected this man. Tupac, having the kids write letters to a dead man. After all Will Smith done, this ungrateful ass bitch. After all Will Smith done. And I know a lot of, oh, well, it was an open marriage. Oh, it was open. But guess what? You've never heard nobody come out and say no shit about Will. Will still even got a good relationship with his ex-wife to this day. And he still look out for Trey. His first, and all of that shit. But it gets back to what I say. How can a female do some fat shit, but yet she a victim? It's the society that we live in. It's the society. Because society make it a woman is always a victim. And in these two cases, with Jada Pickett Smith and Joe Smith's wife, that is not the fucking case. Although, like the average woman who got a right to a motherfucking jail, who got numerous of kids, or they got to get out here and slave, both these women got husbands that already set them on a strong foundation, period. And none of these men be caught up in no controversy or none of that shit. If it's any type of controversy that these two men are always caught up in, it's because of the women that's supposed to be these so-called fat ass bitches they got as wives. That's the only controversy they be caught up in. If it wasn't for Jada Pickett, if it wasn't for Jada Pickett, Will wouldn't be caught in no controversy at fucking all. If it wasn't for Joe Smith's wife, we wouldn't even be talking about Joe Smith right now. Joe Smith has been out the league for years. He do commentary for, back here and there, but this man has never been in no controversy. And Joe Smith, when he had a college career, when he played for the Maryland Terps, you never heard of Joe Smith being in shit. The same way, he went off to the NBA, guess what? You never heard, #1 draft pick by the Golden State Warriors, you never heard about him being in shit. Nothing. You never heard of this man being in shit up until the bullshit his wife thought actions got him talked about on. And it's fucked up. These men don't do. I've never heard of a woman coming out about Joe Smith. You've heard that Will and Jada have an open marriage, but you've never heard a woman say, oh, Will did this to me, or the woman will put Jada in a situation where she's being berated or disrespected. And it's fucked up, though. And it's far too often these thots is thinking they could just do whatever. They think they could berate men, think they could talk shit to men, but the whole time your whole survival is based on what your man has provided for you. Or what a man provides for you. Just like in my case, a motherfucker looks for someone, fuck no, I have some, I'm not doing all of that. So now, it was the problem. And then she thought she could berate me. Bitch, no, you're not going to do it to me. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck about how a motherfucker look. I don't give a fuck because to me, even if you are what you would think is a high standard, I'll cut your ass down. I'm going to let you know about who the fuck you are. Because you always got to remember, Will Smith was already lit before Jada came along. Joe Smith had already had a thriving basketball career before his wife came along. Let's just get this established the fuck now. Will Smith had the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will Smith was already blowing up. He already had a thriving rap career or whatever. Joe Smith was already settled in playing basketball all his life. And then you see, because there's very few, and he took his talent, his God-given talent, and built a life. And it's nothing less than what these two men have accomplished. It's nothing less than amazing. You feel what I'm saying? But these women come along, yeah, and it's far too often. Women do thot-ass shit, but they the victims. And it's fucked up. Sometimes we as a society got to be like, you know what? These These are some thot-ass bitches. And what they doing to their husbands is fucked up. And we got to say that. We got to call it out. Every woman is not a victim. Yes, you have women that are victims. And let's be honest, if they are victims, let me get this out now. If a woman, I'm not saying it is women that have put up with a lot of bullshit. I know them. And I'm not afraid to say it. But, because on PaulTv, you got to hit me with the but. But as a woman that had the two men that these women have as husbands, you can't justify what the fuck they're doing to their husbands. You can't justify this. I know motherfuckers that done gave motherfuckers STDs, that had other kids, and all sorts of kinds of shit, and they women don't even do no type of shit like this. They don't even have half the type of life that Jada Pickett Smith have or Joe Smith's wife have. Let's be fucking honest. And it's just a total lack of respect for their fucking husbands. But it's like that now. Because now, as years, it's entitlement. It's entitlement. And I understand women want to be liberated. But it seems like women have to be liberated on backstabbing or tearing down men. And that's the fucking problem I have. That's the fucking problem that I am having. And I'm calling this shit out. Oh, in order for a woman to feel strong, she got to step on the neck of a man. Or she got to demasculate a man just to feel like somebody. Just to hit on her chest. King Kong ain't got shit on me. And it's wrong. It's wrong. And I got to call this out. It's fucked up. And it's like I said, how you gonna do some thot shit? You out here doing thot and horse and hoe shit, but you're a victim. But you're a victim. No, and they not. And we need to stop this. We need to stop it. Just like I called it out. I'm happy that women are getting what they deserve. I am happy that it's a lot of women that work very hard. You know what I'm saying? That made it from the ground up. And you have to show appreciation for that. I'm not afraid to say it. And I commend the women who came up from the ground up. I commend the Ashley Bassett's. I commend the Patti LaBelle's. You know what I'm saying? The Mariah Carey's. Look at all this shit that her ex-husband be doing. Having all them kids and all that shit. Nick Cannon. All that shit. But but you know what? Out of anything that wanted, you never hear Mariah Carey tear that man down or even say shit. She be cooling. Because guess what? Mariah had her own money before Nick even came along. And Nick had his own shit. But if you ever notice, she never said shit about Nick Cannon or none of that shit. She be just fucking chilling. Because guess what? First of all, Mariah was never known as a thot. That's first of all. That's first. And second, she had her own shit. And she already had built herself up. She never really was in a situation where her survival depends on a man. So she never exploited herself or no shit like that. But it just be fucked up how these women be doing they husbands, man. They husbands are all fucking people. And it's sad. And it's like now, to be a black woman, you have to do some ratchet ass shit or you have to tear your man down to be relevant. And that is fucked up. You don't see Regina King doing shit like this. Because she's a Oscar, she's a strong black woman in her own right. You don't see Viola Davis doing shit like this. She's a strong woman within her own right. And she don't tear down men or no shit like that. And she just as powerful as any man. You feel what I'm saying? And I love them. All these women, I have nothing but love and respect for these women. But see, you got to call out the thots like a Jada Pickett Smith and a Joe Smith wife. You got to call these motherfuckers out. They ain't no victims. And it's sad because, we do that shit, but we're victims. And she just acted like Joe Smith was telling her something wrong. And matter of fact, the average man, because I know me, bitch, I would have, now off some shit like that, I would have went, you doing that? But guess how Joe was like, he still was humble. He like, look, only thing I'm saying, you ain't even explained nothing to me. You just went out here and did this shit behind my back. Like, you ain't, like, she didn't even care about his thoughts or even cared about how he felt or how this shit even made him look. She didn't even care, man. And that's the sad thing about it. Because this is his wife. This wasn't no jump off or no girlfriend or a motherfucker he was renting for a day or two. This is his fucking wife that pulled some shit like this. And then motherfuckers be wondering why, and it's shit like that, why, and this is not talked about, how some men become wolves. Because like in my case, it's just I'm with a woman now that I can be good to. But some women can't handle good dudes. I fucking said it. Some women say, oh, if God would only bring me a good dude. And you hear women say it all the time. You see women write this shit on Facebook, the posts they be writing about men on social media. Oh, men dogs, men ain't shit, this and that. And these are the very two women. And you look at the type of men that they got and look at the shit they pulling with. And then you wonder why motherfuckers be current shit. Some men become the wolf because look at what they dealing with. You can't be good to a woman. Every woman can't handle you being nice. And I've did shows on this. Every woman can't handle it. You got some women that want a thug-ass dude. You got some women that want a motherfucking egotistical maniac. You got some women that just into toxic-ass dudes. I got former friends. They into toxic-ass dudes. That's just what it is. You can't save everybody, Joe. You can't. Just like on Batman Begins. You see when he saved Ra's al Ghul the first time. And then you see the second time. Ra's al came off at him. And just like he said, in one of the greatest movie moments, he said, I ain't gonna kill you. But you see how he blew the back of the train out, but he said, but I don't have to save you either. And he flew his ass out. I love that metaphor. I said that's one of the greatest movie lines of all fucking times. It's up there with Jack Nicholson saying, and A Few Good Men, when he say, y'all, you can't handle the truth. That's up there with that. The top 5 greatest movie lines of all fucking times. Because you can use that in life. I don't got to kill you, but Will and Joe, y'all don't have to save them either. You don't have to be ready, but guess what? You don't have to tolerate their bullshit. Real talk. Just keep that in mind. I love y'all, YouTube. Subscribe to my channel. Post and like. I'll try to hit y'all with more shows. This has been PaulTv AM. And like I say, man, if you got a good wife, cherish that. Because these two motherfuckers, Jada Pickett Smith, and motherfucking Joe Smith ex-wife, man, it's getting to a point, I don't know, if a female got the last name Smith, they may be motherfucking cancerous. Real talk. I love y'all. Take it easy. Have a great Saturday. Peace.